I need my punishment. I wouldn't say everyone needs prison, but I think I need to go to prison for what I did.
Matthew D. Lane.
Shortly after graduating high school, this Massachusetts teenager, Matthew Lane, helped launch what's been called the biggest cyber attack in U.S. education history.
Potentially concerning news for parents.
The PowerSchool data breach at one of the largest student information systems in the world that has potentially exposed the personal information of millions upon millions.
The company reportedly paid close to $3 million in ransom to recover the private information of 60 million students that Matthew helped compromise.
I definitely knew what I was doing. In spectrum of hackers, like here.
Matthew, now just 20 years old, sat down with ABC News for an exclusive interview 2 days before reporting to federal prison.
I'm gonna take my punishment.
Are you not scared?
Yeah, of course I'm scared.
For Matthew and so many others like him, his gateway to cybercrime was a gaming platform that most teenagers know, Roblox.
Here, every game is built by the community.
It's an online space where gamers can connect with players from all around the world and even create their own games.
It wasn't until I was like 13, 14, a friend that I knew, he put me on the Roblox training program. And then I started getting into that and just kind of spiraled from there, honestly.
The bad guys are on all the platforms watching the kids playing. And when they see an elite level performer, they go approach that kid masquerading as another kid and they go, hey, you want to earn some crypto? Here are the tools, here are the techniques.
Tonight, the story of two hackers who, as teens, fell into a life of cybercrime, whether by stealing directly from people's accounts.
How much money are we talking about here?
Well, like 8 million.
$8 million.
Yeah.
Or by holding their data hostage in exchange for money.
It's easy money, even though it's dirty.
Though these crimes started with gaming, the real-life consequences are no child's play. One still so young, just starting to face his punishment. The other now working to stop teens before it's too late.
They get a little bit of money and they think like they're on top of the world. Like they think like they're in like Scarface movie or something, and they're not.
Say hello to my little friend!
Experts warn this new generation of cybercriminals is uniquely dangerous and shockingly young, chasing money, status, and their next thrill.
It's way more than driving 120 miles per hour on like a back road or a highway, incomparable to any drug at all as well.
Individuals as young as 14 are being interviewed by the FBI.
The cases are startling. From a 17-year-old who hijacked the social media accounts of Barack Obama, Kim Kardashian, Jeff Bezos, and others, to the 15-year-old hacker who allegedly cost major Las Vegas casinos more than $100 million. Another teen said hacking was his hobby before breaking into thousands of platforms at the massive sports betting platform DraftKings and stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars.
When was the last time you hacked someone's account?
Less than a week ago.
Here he is being questioned by police about his years of hacking.
Do your parents know a fraction of this? How do you think they're going to react?
You're not the best.
The average age of someone arrested for serious crime is 34 years old. Average age of someone arrested for cybercrime is 19 years old.
There was the 19-year-old New Yorker who, from inside his parents' house, founded one of the world's leading hacker forums, a global market for stolen data that Matthew Lane frequented.
It was called Breach Forums, and that's where everyone flocked to.
The FBI nabbing its founder in an elaborate ruse.
Walk out to me. Right here.
Pardon? Parents need to plug in. Parents need to lock in. Parents need to understand the world that their kids are living in. Understand the threat of their kid being groomed from their bedroom.
That's what happened to Matthew Lane. He says he had a happy childhood and a loving family. But in his teens, he says he started to struggle with mental health, and what he later learned was autism.
And that kind of made me feel like an outcast. I went to go find solace in other things. I was gaming or was playing Roblox, and I was involved in the game cheating community.
Roblox says it uses cutting-edge technology to fight cheating, but Matthew still found it, and then a bigger hacking world online where cybercriminals boldly boast of their latest heists and their lavish lives.
And you're like, as a young kid, like, I want that. And then that's what leads you down to the path of greed.
The hacker in him was merciless and methodical.
We would try to get an initial access, and then next step, privilege escalation. Next step was exfiltration, and then 4 is ransom. I would just search top Fortune 500 companies.
As his targets got bigger, so too did his profits.
So I was spending a lot on designer clothes, diamond jewelry. A big thing was the drugs. Lots of drugs, lots. High potency marijuana, magic mushrooms, acid, stuff like that. I felt like I was a zombie. I was disconnected. And nothing I felt like I was doing was real, even though it was. It was a bad era of my life.
But he says the ultimate high came from hacking.
I was addicted to hacking. That gave me the most natural high ever.
In the summer of 2024, Matthew set his sights on the target that would be his downfall, a student-teacher portal used by 80% of school districts across North America.
Only PowerSchool can bring together the information that connects educators, administrators, and families.
It was one of the worst I've seen here when you talk about financial impact. These other victims are going to have a lifetime of defending themselves and having to mitigate risk of their information being out there.
Agent Doug Doman has been with the FBI for more than 2 decades. He oversaw the criminal investigation. He says the type of information compromised in the hack was alarming.
In some cases, social security numbers. In some cases, it was date of birth and names. In others, it was all of that, plus addresses, grades.
A former official said the breach was so concerning that the White House convened 2 briefings on it inside the Situation Room. According to court documents, someone tied to the breach used stolen PowerSchool data as leverage, threatening in a message to destroy your company and bankrupt it to the point of no absolute return if the company didn't pay nearly $3 million in Bitcoin.
The data was exfiltrated to a server in Ukraine. I'm assuming it's because they knew it would be more difficult for U.S. law enforcement to get access to.
PowerSchool did pay a ransom, later saying it did it in the best interest of its customers and would pay for identity protection services. In a statement to ABC News, the company said not all PowerSchool customers were affected, and they have remained focused on safeguarding student, family, and educator data.
I wasn't really thinking about the individual. I was just thinking, oh, these are companies. They got insurance, they'll get bailed out.
Our colleagues at WLS in Chicago speaking to one family potentially impacted by the data breach.
As my kids start to get older or start to think about college and they want, say, a credit card, we just wouldn't know if something's already been opened in their name or under their social security number until we go to take those actions.
Right. Matthew continued his cyber crimes, keeping it all a secret while trying to live his day-to-day life as a college student.
My mentality was I was gonna end up dead for whatever reason, you know, or I was gonna just somehow make myself stop, and I didn't do either of those.
The FBI working behind the scenes to connect the dots.
We're starting to put a picture together of who this individual is, who he's working with.
The smoking gun for investigators, that server in Ukraine.
We saw that the server had been purchased with cryptocurrency, that we were able to tie to Matt Lane's true name in a financial account that he had been using. And when that happened, that's what clicked for us. That's what broke the case.
Coming up, the FBI raid that changes everything.
I get a bang on my door at 6:30.
Plus, the man trying to save teens from the life of crime he once led. And the surprising thing parents can do to protect their kids.